Hey folks, Quill18 here, back with some more Dwarf Fortress Let's Play. Yeah, so big disaster last time I gave this a go. Lost my recording, which really sucks. So here I am with an updated version of my recording software, and hopefully we are all right. I'm going to give a quick overview of how the fortress is going. As you can see, I've planned out the entire wall for the outside, and a good chunk of it has been built. Looking very, very nice there. Unfortunately, I'm still having to alternate stone just because of the amount that I have, but at some point the goal may be to tear this all down and make it out of a single material. And in fact, I had one suggestion from a friend of mine is, what if this wall was built out of solid gold? Which would be pretty awesome. I'm not sure if we're going to find that much gold, but I am very much up to doing some sort of mega project out of this dwarf fortress, just something crazy and excessive and hard to do. Partially because I'm not sure if the region we've embarked in is dangerous enough. The wildlife has been pretty mild compared to what I thought it would be initially, and I'm not sure, just based on the civilization screen, I don't know if goblins are supposed to show up here, but if they normally do, then that means we're too far away from anything for goblins to show up. I haven't gotten any elven or human caravans either, so there's not going to be a whole lot of that kind of external threat for a while. Fun things will still happen, and in fact, I think we might go and make our own fun at one point, or go looking for fun. So yeah, this is the top floor. Not too much has changed other than I've planned out a lot of the wall. That's the white squares here. This is me planning things out. I've also got these are drawbridges, and this is a moat underneath it. I still have to get rid of the slopes, but yeah. And I'm thinking I'll probably make the moat go all the way around, but I just want to get things started. So these bridges, right now they're just bridges, they're not activated by anything, but once I get the wall completed and I get some more rooms downstairs put together, I will put all these bridges on a lever, and then we can pull them up, and what they will do is they will attract inwards. So this will raise like this, dunk, 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 and it'll form a wall right here. And that'll be pretty good defenses. I mean, we're going to have a hell of a fort. I don't know what's going to attack us. We will get attacked at some point, but not quite as much as before. So there's the penis farm still going around. Still got the mushrooms, the plump helmets growing in the southern part, and the top part is mostly like pigtail and stuff, which is going to be used for cloth. This is just our miscellaneous floor with a few factories or workshops, a dining room, the dormitory, a common dormitory right up here. And then these are some little offices for our bookkeeper and manager so they can work. Not very lavish, but definitely functional and it's keeping the fort going. Then if we drop down, we've got a couple levels here. This is a stockpile floor, and the reason this part here looks so ugly and stupid is because I was actually mining out some coal. Actually, I even see another little spot here. And I was just following a coal vein because I just wanted to mine it out. It does destroy your sort of regular lookout, but it's worth getting the fuel. This is my workshop floor. In fact, you can see the section we had before has been nicely smoothed out. The walls and the floors are all smoothed out, so the dwarves who are working here kind of appreciate the surroundings. I don't know if it's really a big thing for them here. I know it comes up in like dining rooms and bedrooms and stuff, but I figure, oh, they'll probably enjoy it. So I've got the triple mason workshop working on the bottom. I've got triple carpenter's workshop on the bottom here, metalsmith's forge, jewelers, and then my wood furnace and double smelter. And we're going to talk about smelting in just a bit. So we got another floor with some more stockpiles, not quite complete yet. A couple of floors down, and then we start getting to the apartment layer. And I realize at this point it's a little bit hard to see because there's so much rock kicking around. And that's a factor of the more advanced, the more skilled your miners get, the greater the chance that they leave a boulder behind or leave stone behind when they do their mining. Which is actually a good thing, because let's say you find a gold vein or a coal vein or something like that. Well, an unskilled miner will basically just destroy it as he digs through, so you'll get empty space. But a skilled miner will leave the gold ore and the coal behind so that you can actually use it. It is a little bit messy. This will be a little easier to see once it's smoothed out. You can see, I don't know, these walls here where they're all smooth, it'll start to look pretty nice and put together. This is actually marble. This white stuff is all marble, which is good in a few ways. One, I mean, marble is nice, and you can make stuff out of marble, and that's pretty sexy. But it's also a flux stone, and between that flux stone, actually, let's talk about this very quickly first. Oh yeah, because it's half dug out, you really will have a hard time knowing what's going on. These are going to be the very swanky executive apartments, which are going to have, this is going to be a study slash meeting room, this is going to be a private dining room, and then a bedroom in the back. So we're going to start sticking our nobles in there once they start requesting it. And this will all be a lot easier to read once the walls get smoothed out. And I mean, long term we may want to clear this stone out as well, but we'll see. It does take a lot of energy, and we'll just have to play it by ear. Yeah, so Fluxstone. There's actually, I've got access to a lot of iron ores. In fact, there's this entire floor here I haven't dug out, but this is a huge magnetite deposit. And magnetite is an iron-bearing ore. And then on this floor, all the redstone you see, that's hematite, which also bears iron. There's more hematite here. Some of the red squares are hematite. Some of them are kaolinite, which is a beautiful redstone, which is what I'm using for the wall upstairs. And yeah, here we've got, I think it's called limonite. Yeah, limonite. The yellow also has iron in it. So we had lots of, yeah, there's more there if we want to get access to it. Lots of iron-bearing rock, and we've got marble, which is a flux stone, which means we can set up a steel industry. And the way you do it is first, these are in your smelters. First, you would smelt hematite, limonite, or magnetite, maybe even malachite. I don't know what it turns into. It may also be an iron ore. I'll have to check that out. And that will give you an iron bar. So you do a bunch of those, so you end up with a bunch of iron bars. And then what you do is you combine an iron bar with a flux stone, such as marble in this case, and that will make pig iron. And then you can combine the pig iron and another iron bar to make steel. And that's the process to do it in this game. Because steel, of course, is an alloy of iron. It's iron with stuff in it, basically. And because iron by itself is actually really soft, very, very poor for weaponry. I think I said that in the last video, but steel is super hard. So we've actually got a steel industry under the go, and I've gone ahead and made some extra picks and some extra axes because they'll be useful as tools, but will also double as very effective weapons since they're made out of iron. It's also good training for our weaponsmiths since we don't really have a dedicated, we don't have a guy who's like, where's the metalsmith or weaponsmith here? Oh, actually, Rife is actually a pretty good weaponsmith. But he's the only... Oh, no. Oh, well, this is a new wave of immigrants. When I left off the game, I just got a new wave of immigrants. So we got a huge fucking wave. Oh, my God. 25 people. Holy crap. I just went... My fortress had 21 people in it before. I've just more than doubled where I left off the last game, and I haven't hit play since then either. So that is incredible. That's going to change everything. Like, if I go back to the apartment floor, like these are individual rooms, right? So again, it's a little hard to see right now because of the stone and everything, but we've got a door here and a bed here, and all of these bedrooms except for the bottom 3 I had just assigned to individual dwarves. So everyone was happy because everyone had their own bedroom, and now I'm gonna have to build like 22 more rooms to accommodate everyone. So I still have the common dormitory upstairs, so it's not a huge pressure rush. But, you know, in order to keep everyone at maximum happiness, we'll have to do that. So, yeah, so steel, awesome. The only problem with steel is any type of smelting uses a lot of fuel, and steel is especially harsh because you've got to smelt 2 iron bars. Each one of those takes a piece of fuel. You have to smelt a pig iron, which takes another one. Then you have to combine them all into steel. So now we're up to 4 fuel. And then when you actually go and smith something, like create a pick, then it takes another piece of fuel. So you're talking about 5 fuel for 1 steel item. It's quite demanding. So at some point we are going to want to dig down until we hit magma, and then we will use magma to fuel our smelters. It's really quite awesome, but it does take a significant amount of investment in time, and yeah, a little bit of a difficulty level there, but it'll be fun and exciting, and it'll potentially unlock some fun for us. Well, I'll get back to what the fun is. I think that's the overview of the fort. So I've just unpaused it now, so we've got all our new immigrants somewhere. They were down at the bottom right. Oh, look at all the broken arrows here. So I've actually gone ahead And I at one point I had someone who was freaking out and got one of those in one of those fey moods where they wanted to create an artifact, but he didn't have any animal parts. And I freaked out at first and was like, "Oh, what am I going to do? I've got to set up hunting." Eventually, I realized that I could just butcher an extra mule I had kicking around, so I did that. And he ended up making a bone short sword, which is kind of cool. I mean, bone is a shitty material for a weapon, but it is an artifact, so it might cancel out. I don't know. But while I was freaking out, I ended up creating an entire hunting setup. So I've built crossbows, I built quivers, and I've assigned someone the job of hunting. So at this point, maybe I should bring up Dwarf Therapist again. It might be the easiest way to go through. So right now I've got the view split up by migration wave. So here's my first 7 dwarves, who you've seen before. And then I think, yes, the next 8, the first additional wave was in the next video, because I remember seeing these guys. And Exiled, I'm sure it must be Exile, but for some reason I typoed it and the fix is not sticking. Hit OK. Commit changes. Read dwarves. Okay, there we go. Exiled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless maybe it is Exiled, but I don't think it is. And then, so I got a third wave while I was playing the last game. So I named them after people who commented on the last set of Dwarf Fortress videos. Garg221, Mr. Josh, Ingen28, NoCat88, Obscurity Lord, and Thasmin1. And if I look here, Obscurity Lord is actually our hunter. So you've been going around doing all kinds of huntery things. Other than that, not too many things have changed. Now that I'm up to over 50 dwarves, or no, almost 50 dwarves, I'm probably going to put a little more time into organizing things. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, wow. He's got to be a ranger. What's his title?